Okay, we have a second question from Mr. Jonel Tepait. Okay, is he connected, partner? Hawarsuke.
Yes. Yes po, yes po.
Hawarsuke.
Yes
Okay,
po.
Suke.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, si Sir ano yan eh. Sir Jonel Tepait. Pakita natin si Ka Jonel. Kawer pang Jonel. No? Ka Jonel.
Yes po, yes po.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Mamaya, makita tayo sa RNA review, no? Okay. So, this is his question. So, copper field coils of motor was measured at 21 degrees Celsius and found to have a resistance of 68 ohms. After the motor has run for a given time, the resistance is found to be 90 ohms. What is the hot temperature of the winding? Okay, so these are the choices. What is the hot temperature? Okay, I will discuss first the theories, the principles. This is what we call the resistance temperature relation. Okay, we have the resistance to temperature relation. So let us draw the graph of resistance to temperature relation. So we have here, okay, this is the graph of a certain conductor that is linear graph, no? Linear graph. And then its intersection with respect to the x-axis is this. This is what we call our inferred zero, or simply IZ. Okay, I will put it here. IZ is what we call the inferred zero. Okay, different materials has different inferred zero. Okay, so we have here our graph. Let us consider we have here our 0.1 and 0.2. This is our temperature that is in degrees Celsius, our x-axis. Our y-axis is our resistance in ohms. Okay, so considering our 0.1 and 0.2, if we are to reflect this, okay, we are going to reflect this okay. So on the x-axis, this is our T sub 1. This is our T sub 1 and our T sub 2, temperature 2 or final temperature. Okay, then this is our initial temperature. Okay. And then looking at the y-axis, so this is our R sub 1, this is our R sub 2. There you are. Then I will put here an angle theta. This is straight graph. This means as the temperature increases, the resistance also increases. Okay? This is a linear graph. The resistance also increases. We will form here a right triangle. Take a look. This is small triangle. Let's say we have a right triangle here. This is small triangle is similar to this large triangle. When can we say that the two triangles are similar? If they have the same angle. If they have the same angle. So this is small triangle similar to this large triangle. Let us have the SOHCAHTOA. That is from trigonometry. SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. What do you mean by SOHCAHTOA? Pag naparami inom mo, nasuka ka dun sa lababo, SOHCAHTOA. See? Okay? Junel, edit mo yan, partner. Okay. Sige. Okay. Hirap kumita. Oh, ito ha. So, if we have a tangent theta, or first, we have sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent theta is opposite over adjacent. What do we mean by that? That is opposite over adjacent. What do we mean by that? So if this, we are considering our small triangle here, the opposite of this theta is this. That is basically our R1. That is our R1. And then this adjacent, this is the adjacent now. The opposite, yung nasa harap, no? And then, this is now the adjacent, yung kadikit. Okay? So, this is the adjacent. So, the adjacent, the size of this adjacent is inferred 0 plus temperature 1. So, that is equal to what? Take a look. Let's consider now the bigger triangle here. The bigger triangle, okay, is R sub 2 over the inferred 0, the magnitude, I mean, of the inferred 0. Because inferred 0 basically is a negative in value here. And then plus d sub 1. So that is now our working equation. This is now our working equation. Okay? So itong working equation natin, kanan. Okay? So, ang masaklap sa problema na to, wala siyang given na inferred 0, kaalan. No? But, you have to memorize this for copper. Dapat binigay nila yung given. They should give the given something, no? They should give the given for the inferred 0. But it was not given. But it is given that the field coil is copper. So, if it is a copper, remember, the inferred 0 for copper, okay, let's say the absolute value for copper usually is 2, 3, 4, 5. Parang sunod-sunod siya. So, lagyan mo lang ng 2, 3, 4. Di ba sunod-sunod, no? 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a sequence. 2, 3, 4, 5. But you have to put a point here. You have to put a point, no? Okay? You have to put a point here. Okay, so 234.5, that is degrees Celsius. Let us now substitute. Your given is 68 ohms, meaning that is your initial resistance, R1. So let us go here. Let us go here. In our board, okay. Copper field coil of motor was measured 21 degrees Celsius. So this is the initial, 21 degrees Celsius. Then we have the resistance of 68 ohms. There you are, 68 ohms. The motor runs, then the resistance found to be 90 ohms. The resistance increases. Of course, the temperature also increases, and that is the unknown in this problem. So just have to put, no? R1, we have 68, using this formula, 68 over inferred 0, magnitude 234.5, and then plus temperature 1, 21. That is equal to R2, 90 degrees Celsius, then 234.5 plus T sub 2. And the question here is our T sub 2. Let us manipulate first algebraically this. So we have 68. So this is over using our calculator. Let's have first the long method first. Okay. I'll show later the calculator techniques. Okay. So we have 234.5 plus 21. So it is 255, right? 255.5. 255.5. So that is equal to 90 over 234.5 plus temperature. So this is our temperature 2. So what do we do now here? So what we are going to do here mathematically, for the benefit of our electrician or our first year, second year students, let's put a parenthesis here. No? Okay. Let us cross multiply this here. Okay. And then the 255, let's go up here. And let's put it down here, the 68. This will become 234.5 plus temperature 2. That will be equal to what now? Okay. So the 255 will go up here. 255.5. That is times 90. Okay. And then this will go down the 68. 68 now. So how much will that be now? So that will become 255.5 times 90 divided by 68. Okay. Equals. So there is a certain value. So 234.5 plus T sub 2, 338.16. Then let us just transpose this. We're going to transpose this one. So we can now have our T sub 2 to be 338.16 minus 234.5. Then our T sub 2 will be equal to minus 338.16 minus 234.5. So the answer will be 103.66 degrees Celsius. That is our answer to this problem. Okay? So, yun, sakto. Our answer is letter C. Ayan, kaalan ang ating sagot. No? Anyway, we'll have more of this in our master electrician review. No, we'll have here. So, this is our first subject, no? Direct current circuit. Is already enrolled in our RME review. So, we can make use, of course, our calculator to have some shortcut, of course. That's what we call the shift solve in our calculator here, wherein you can use first your fraction, your over, meaning your calculator, your fraction is this symbol that is below the calc, the CALC button. Then you can input first, okay, you press, then you input now your 68. You input your 68. Then you put now your arrow down. Arrow down meaning you have your biggest button, the replay button. Take a look at your replay button. There is up, down. You have the button at the left and to the right. Okay. You put 68, then arrow down. You press your arrow down here. Then you enter this 234.5 plus 21. And then arrow right to make it equals. How to make it as equals? You press now alpha calc or CALC. Alpha calc using our calculator. FX 991 or 570 that is approved by the Professional Regulation Commission for the licensure exam. No? Okay. So again, over to have a fraction. So you will have your 90. Then arrow down, 234.5. So plus alpha A. Close parenthesis so that you will have your variable x. You are going to replace the T2 by variable x. Then when you set up this already, you press now shift calc equals. The answer will be 103.6617647. Okay? So that will be our answer. Without writing this anymore, no? Hindi mo na kailangan isulat to. Mula dito, pupunta ka kagad sa sagot na to. No? Shortcut na yon. Okay? Shortcut na siya. Okay, we'll have this in our RME Mathematics Alan, no? Junel. Okay. So, meron tayong discussion nito sa ating RME review, no? But for the meantime, no? So, for the benefit of our viewers, so this is our final answer. Okay? The answer is letter C. Okay na tayo, Kaalan? Junel, okay na tayo? So, that is my answer. Letter C. Okay?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you.
Yes po, yes po.
Thank you.